I have Zulfik. Let's start with you.
Hi, Julie. Thank you for taking my question. I have two questions on Sri Lanka. I'm Zulfik Pazan from Newsfirst. Sri Lanka's budget was recently introduced, and the government introduced a very ambitious target of 7% for 2026, which is quite high compared to the IMF target. What is the IMF's assessment on this projection? And at the same time, when can we expect the executive board to finalize the next tranche for Sri Lanka? Thank you.
Okay, let me go ahead with these. Okay, so on Sri Lanka, on October 9th, about a month ago, a little over a month ago, IMF staff and the Sri Lankan authorities reached a staff-level agreement on the fifth review of Sri Lanka's EFF arrangement with the fund. Once the review is approved by the IMF Executive Board, Sri Lanka will have access to about $347 million in financing. We do expect the board meeting to take place in the coming weeks. And Zulfik, on your specific question on the budget and reforms, what I can say on the budget is that the staff are reviewing the published budget documents to evaluate whether the 2026 budget is in line with the program parameters. And of course, this assessment will be an important part of the review that will be discussed by the board in the coming weeks. With respect to the structural reforms that will be key to lifting, the structural reforms are going to be key for further increasing Sri Lanka's potential growth. Let me highlight just a few areas where we think reforms are needed or should continue. So it's continuing efforts on liberalizing trade and facilitating related reforms, improving and streamlining regulations around FDI. Also, it's important to speed up the implementation of the governance reforms. Continuing to protect the vulnerable should be a priority going forward for Sri Lanka. And there's scope to deepen the welfare benefit payments scheme. So those are some of the reforms that we'll be looking for to boost Sri Lanka's growth.